I know this is going to be a highly divisive video for my audience because like many people on YouTube, like many content creators on here, I have an audience that spans all across the political spectrum, and that being the case, I know a lot of you saw the title of this video, clicked on it, and now you're just kind of like, the f***? Politics in my video games? Read. Even though we're talking about Grand Theft Auto, a highly political game which consists of social commentary left and right at like all times. But hey, whatever. Initially, this video was going to consist of me comparing LGBTQ plus representation in games by Rockstar way back then versus now. You know, just to kind of like highlight how it's maturing and it's actually getting better and better. I don't mean better in the sense that, you know, there's like less, you know, crude jokes. I mean better in the sense that there's depth to a lot of the characters now. They're not just like limp-wristed, horny gay guys who are just like, hi. I mean, like, that occasionally pops up in, you know, like, the Ballad of Gay Tony, but even a character like Gay Tony has a bit more to him than being a walking punchline. I wish I could say the same for trans people in GTA 5, but upon doing research for this video, I found that there's really no good representation at all. It's all bad. And I mean, it's all bad, all of it. Every single, even reference to trans people amounts to little more than like, ha ha ha, man in dress.
I say, Carruthers, you know what's very, very funny? A man dressed in women's clothing.
Yes, quite. Ripping good love.
Yes.
Hello, sir, I mean, madam, whatever. That's an actual line by Michael DeSanta, by the way. Fun fact, at least 2 of the 3 main protagonists in GTA 5 intentionally misgender transgender pedestrians, and I assume that these pedestrians are trans because they're being misgendered, they're being called mid-op, they're being told to take more hormones. You know, it's kind of obvious what's being implied there.
Hello, sir. I mean, madam. I mean, whatever. Well, hello, mid-op.
Hey, you need to keep taking your hormones. You might need a few more ops, dog. Almost fooled me, bro. Almost.
You also have stuff like a casual T-slur being used in the game in one of the ads, like, hey, this T-slur's watching you take a shit. Caca poo poo pee pee T-slur, haha. The thing that upset me is not just the fact that they made fun of trans people, because I mean, like, you know, Rockstar is an equal offender. They make fun of all aspects of our culture and social life. So really, it should be fair game, right? You know, that should be the case. They make fun of all of us. You know, I'm an atheist. They made fun of atheism. I didn't get on camera and cry about it. Here's the thing that upset me, though. There's a character in GTA 5 called Peach, who's a stripper, who's a trans woman. Like, there's nothing wrong with being a stripper. I'm cool with strippers. I think they're neat. You know, if you're a stripper, you have my seal of approval. I mean, you don't need it. You know, you care, but rest assured, SWEGTA thinks you're f***ing neat. The reason I find this to be a harmful stereotype is because oftentimes people associate trans women with being, you know, like scantily clad sexual deviants who, you know, engage in like sex work for a living. Like, imagine if you're playing GTA 6 and every single black person in the game is nothing more but like a 1930s walking stereotype punchline. Like, at some point you would question like, hey, what's up with this? This is kind of f***ed up. Why would they do this? But if you do it with a really small percentage of the population, which is already struggling to attain civil rights, nobody bats an eye. And it actually kind of took me by surprise how no one, I mean f***ing no one, no matter how progressive their values may be, no matter how much they may even shame me for being like a supposed centrist, no one has even mentioned this in like a video or article. The closest thing I could find was BuzzFeed talking about this like 8 years ago. And even back then, nobody took it seriously because it's like, oh, it's BuzzFeed and they're talking about GTA 5 being transphobic. Oh, lol, SJWs. It's like, no. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. There was actually another article that came out about a year ago, talking about GTA 5 on the next generation of consoles. GTA 5 brings transphobia to the next console generation. I'm not gonna defend the entire article, because there are parts of it where it's like, okay, well, whatever. You know, like a player pulled out a crowbar, beat up a transgender pedestrian. Okay, well, I mean, like, you can do that with any character in the game. You know, that's a free-for-all. That's kind of like part of the fun in GTA, is the fact that, like, you know, you can attack anyone at any time for any fucking reason. I like that. I think that's a strong suit of GTA. When I played Scarface, The World Is Yours, it kind of pissed me off how, like, I was unable to just attack pedestrians left and right. So it's cool to me that I can just boot up GTA and just go, like, on a massacre for no reason. It's cathartic. So I don't have a problem with you being able to attack these characters. I have a problem with how these characters are portrayed in the game. Because really, haha, man in dress is really all they amount to. And it's kind of messed up, because if you did this with any other class of people in society, people would be outraged, people would be pissed off. And the consequence of this is that Rockstar appeals to a lot of people who actually are transphobic, who actually are homophobic.
They are wearing crop tops, high heels, leopard, whatever you want to... cheetah print, basically anything a man should never wear. Not only is just like their own clothes like bad enough, these are like some gay guys, and this is just so disturbing.
Hey honey, why don't you jump in my ride? I like the look of your shirt. It'll look better on my bedroom floor. It's a fucking man.
I think that's a dude, either that or one of them tricks. Oh, damn. That's what he gets for being such a ass bitch.
It's a boy, guys, ladies and gentlemen. It's a boy. Don't y'all be looking and being all nasty like y'all don't know it's a boy. So we out here with a little sweet little Hopefully they don't like what they see, you know what I'm saying, because they're not supposed to.
You got on, you a
I have just found a transgender. I'm telling you, that's a man.
Today we're talking about how to make your GTA Online female character into a male, technically make you into a transvestite. But overall, I think it's pretty funny to be a female character with a male head, because you now are a transvestite, similar to the transvestites you guys saw in the beginning of the video.
Oh shit. I'm gonna get in a fight with a I cannot get beat up by
There they are. The wars, we won.
If you think I'm being unreasonable, let me just emphasize. I'm fine with Rockstar making fun of trans people, as long as, like, that's not the only type of representation they have in their games. We're not just talking about characters walking around in goofy clothing, we're talking about main protagonists in your video game intentionally misgendering a trans person. Like, that's one of the most personal attacks you can engage in with a trans person. And again, when you do shit like this, you're just appealing to people who actually are bigoted. It sucks. I know trans people, and I know that, like, some of them actually play Grand Theft Auto 5. Some of them love the game. And I can only begin to imagine how it feels when, like, you come across shit like this, not just in the game, but in the community as well, and nobody says a fucking thing about it. If you want to make fun of people, that's fine. But if you're just tossing around slurs and portraying these people as being nothing more than walking punchlines, and even going as far as to have main characters in your game engaged in personal attacks based on this characteristic, what are you saying? So as far as gay people being represented in games by Rockstar, it's getting better, you know? It's still kind of cringy. You know, like I said, a lot of it still amounts to, like, hey, it's fucking hot outside, I'm gonna suck a d. But occasionally you'll have a gay character do something outside of that, where it's like, whoa, these people have multiple facets to their personalities? That's amazing. Good job, Rockstar. You know, like, I'm not asking for trans people to be given a pass in GTA 5. I'm asking that they be treated just like every other class of people. And I know that people are gonna click on this video, listen to me ramble on about this, and just dismiss my opinion as just like, oh, well, you're just too sensitive. Okay, well, maybe we just differ on this, but, you know, the standard that I have for, like, racist jokes in GTA, I apply that same standard for, like, any other group of people, because I actually believe in equality. If nothing else, if nothing that I've said has convinced you, let me just try to, like, appeal to you as a person who has an interest in video games. You know how the media and a lot of people in general presume that people who like video games are, like, these mean, vindictive, malicious people, shit like this doesn't help. It actually reinforces that, because you have a lot of people who don't play these games, who see shit like this happening, and just presume that, oh, well, you know, they're just appealing to their consumer base. So, logically, they would arrive at the conclusion that the people who play these games are transphobic, even though a lot of you are not. You know, you either are pro-trans rights or you just don't give a f***, because it's like, well, whatever, it doesn't have anything to do with me. I don't know, just my 2 cents. How do you feel about it? Because I care so f***ing deeply about you. I love you. Tell me how you feel in the comment section below right f***ing now.